Hallelujah! I have done it. I have reached WrestleMania 33. I've done it, Rock. I've done it. I have hearts racing there. I have almost completed my WrestleMania ratings review. A review series. I wanted to stop at 2 because I thought it was the shits. But then I continued and changed things up a wee bit. And I think some of them have been good. Some of them, but by tomorrow night, I will be able to say I have rated and reviewed every single WrestleMania on here and rated all the matches, from best to worst. I've seen far too much of Triple H. See, I bought WrestleMania 33 to do this series right. It was the only one I never had. That's my Cheers fund going. But it's worth it for wrestling, for WrestleMania, for you guys on YouTube that like me, and those of you those rare ones that like me and wrestling. That's why reason why you watch WrestleMania. Let's get to part 2 of this WrestleMania 32 review, Brock Lesnar was on next in a 3-star match with Dean Ambrose. It was quite fun, but I feel like Brock Lesnar, Dean Ambrose is good. He's not great, but I felt like with the run Brock had in 2015 and the year he was going to have in 2016, he needed a bigger opponent, a bigger role at WrestleMania. Next, we had the, I'm going to say it, the Women's Revolution, Charlotte Flair versus Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch is the best women's match on WrestleMania ever. I don't think 33 had a greater women's match, but still only 3 stars. I think some fans overrate the women's division. It's still like the men's here, and they're not quite up to the men's standard yet. Then we had The Undertaker versus Shane McMahon. As I mentioned with the Bray Wyatt Undertaker match from last year, the WrestleMania 31, it's kind of weird watching an Undertaker match after the streak is broken. It's like, what is the point in this? But this was a pretty fun, pointless match, 3-star match. It was all about 2 spots, really, the coast-to-coast spot when Shane jumped from one side of the ring into the other side of the ring, the Undertaker holding the trash can for him, and then Shane jumping off the Hell in a Cell. That was good. That was fun. That was outrageous and all that. But not quite a 4, and definitely not a 5-star affair. But it was the best match of the night. Then the Battle Royal came on, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal that was so important the year before. It was promoted to the kickoff show that pay-per-view viewers like myself don't see. I mean, kickoff to me is, if it's not in the pay-per-view portion of the WrestleMania, it's not part of WrestleMania. This year, at WrestleMania 32, Baron Corbin won it, last eliminating Kane. The Battle Royal featured some past stars like Tatanka, DDP, and I'll show you who else was in the Battle Royal. Let's see. A celebrity. There we go, there's him. Yes, I own this game. The notorious Shaq Fu. Shaquille O'Neal, he's pretty tall, 7'1" according to this, was in the Battle Royal at WrestleMania 32. It was pretty good. It wasn't as good as the WrestleMania 30 Battle Royal, but it was still, it nearly got 3 stars from me. Then The Rock came out. It took ages to come out. Totally milks his entrance and all that shit. He had a match with Eric Rowan. Total burial of the Wyatt family here. John Cena came out to save The Rock as he was going to get a beat down. The actual match, no stars. I thought this was bad booking. I thought if The Rock were to have a match again after his two encounters with John Cena, which weren't that great, but they were main event, and the WrestleMania 28 one was quite special with the whole build-up of a year. But I think if The Rock did come back, it should have been a bit more special than this. And then the main event, the most boring main event of all time, I'll give it 2 stars. There's some good spots in it. But even Roman Reigns spearing down Stephanie, and he still gets booed. Because he sucks. He's not a good main eventer guy. He's a mediocre guy. Should be placed in a tag team or group in the middle of the card somewhere. He shouldn't be. He's not main event material. And this was like his first of what will be 3 coronations. 2-star, like I say, but one of the main event wise, 0-star main event wise, awful. And this WrestleMania 32 was one of the worst WrestleManias of all time. I mean, the match quality never got higher than a 3-star. And it had all the stars there. You had Steve Austin there, Shawn Michaels, Rock making an appearance, Brock Lesnar on the card, The Undertaker on the card, Shane O'Mac, and Triple H wrestling. But WrestleMania 32 just it didn't click. And it was a long show like WrestleMania 33 is. But WrestleMania 32, yeah, one of the worst of all time.